go jump right into it, people. Pretty much, yeah. We're uh, how I was thinking about approaching it, is because the idea that I have right now, unless something changes, is I pretty much found a list of what Rotten Tomatoes thinks is the worst horror movies on its list, and you and pretty much I'll like call them out, and then either you and me would like concur, or maybe talk about other movies that have not made it, that were not on that list, that were probably just as bad. Like for starters, I already know. I think you and me both agree right now that the happening was not happening at all. That is,
Mark Wahlberg is not a scary individual.
yes, he's well, he's a scary individual now or in that movie. Like I don't know what directions M Night, which granted we love M Night. I don't know which directions M Night was giving him, but he, I guess Mark Wahlberg can't play a good worried character.
Good worried father, yes. Good worried
Yeah,
husband.
yeah, good worried husband.
And he's worried about his wife cheating on him. It was, yeah, it's pretty bad
Yeah.
movie. Yeah,
Oh,
that one is pretty bad. I don't know if I consider it the worst, but it's definitely
oh
in
yeah,
that category.
it's bad. I mean,
I told you
I,
my
I don't
worst.
want to say it's a mix between bad and worse. And like I said, where I'm going off of a list of what Rotten Tomatoes thought was the worst horror movies, and I got it up right here. And it was pretty much as usual, just like with another we did. You'll kind of see the background and pretty much have us kind of agree or disagree. But yeah, right here is like pretty much we'll start Rotten Tomatoes, and then I guess the next time, I guess part two of worst horror movies, it'll be a deeper mix of like what you think, but also maybe another list of what another site says. "Oh, actually, this is the worst list of horror movies, and we go like, I don't know. We're like, okay, I agree, but yeah, gonna kick this off. So right now, the first one, I want to say number one that Rotten Tomatoes thinks is one of the worst horror movies is One Missed Call. What do you think?
I'm trying to remember if I even saw that one. Hang on, let me look it up. One Miss Call does not sound familiar.
Pretty much is famous for that ringtone. Do 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 do
Right.
do 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 do. And apparently, when you hear that, you have like a few days before you die, and it's like the death was how you
You
die
know
is like
what?
very eh. It's I've
I
seen it.
don't think I've seen that one, and I think the reason is because the reviews on the movie. So, so
I've
yeah, that
seen it,
that
and
one
it
got
was
some pretty bad reviews.
yeah, it was not that good. So yeah, it's
I still don't think it'd be number one. I already
no,
told you about
yeah.
number one.
I don't think it be number one. I don't think it'd be number one. Like yeah. But yeah, so pretty much right now, we all agree that the happening, or me and Edge agree that pretty much the happening is not that good, and now One Missed Call is not that good. It's not the worst, but it's definitely not good. Good. All right, the second movie that it's got, and this is one that I probably haven't seen, but you might have, which is Jaws: The Revenge.
Yeah, they tried to build off the original Jaws, and it just didn't hit. I mean, they were the acting was bad. They didn't have any of the. I don't believe it had any of the original actors from the original movie. Um, yeah, it was definitely pretty bad because again, you're trying to build off, and that's why I hate putting sequels in this, especially for sequels of award-winning movies, because you're trying to build off an award-winning movie, and it just was tempted to fail.
hmm
It's been a long time
I
since
mean,
I've seen it, but
for me, it's always a red flag for me when they make a sequel to a movie, but the original cast isn't in there. Like it's always like a slight red flag. Now, if you do it right, like make it like you see the character in this sequel, but you see they kind of hand it off, or you see like, or you see it kind of gets handed off to another person, like how the Scream franchise is done. Like I still haven't seen all the Scream franchise, but from how it looks, even like the newer ones, it's like okay, I can go with that because like how you did it, you still had the female lead in there in the newer Scream, but you can see that she was kind of, or it was kind of going in the direction of handing it off to these younger folks with different rules and stuff. So I think that'd be a good way. But yeah, that's just a thing for me,
That's a good way
everybody.
of putting it. Yes.
Yeah, that's just a good thing. That's just a thing for me, everybody. Like when I see there's a sequel, but the original characters are not in there, the original actors or actresses are not in there, it's like a red flag for me. Like it makes me not want to watch it. All right, next up, it's got in third place is Cabin Fever, the 2016 version. So basically the remake.
Right. The remake of Cabin Fever.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that bad myself. I mean, it's a bad movie, but it's not. I thought it was a little jumpy. Plus, it had some. I think it had a couple of pretty decent actresses in it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't great by no means, but I wouldn't put it in the worst category like Rotten Tomatoes got. I liked it, kind of, so to
I,
speak. I mean, a kind of feeling of you're locked
yeah.
in the cabin with other virus eating virus, so to speak, a flesh eating virus.
Watching virus, yeah. No, I have not seen it, but yeah, it's just like the first one's was already like, wow, that's all right. Y'all went out with this one, but yeah, it's yeah, I can go with that. All right, and the
And
next
the
one,
original Cabin Fever was great.
fourth place. I have not heard this movie. I'm going to be honest. So, oh, no, 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 no. I didn't choose. I didn't want to choose it. Choose it. Get that back. Apparently, it had Kate Beckinsale in it, and it came out in 2016. But the name of the movie is apparently called The Disappointments Room. Have you heard of this?
No,
I have never
and I usually watch Kate Beckinsale movies, but no,
agree, but
no, haven't heard that.
I have never heard of it either. So I don't know. We can't really concur on that one. But from what the Rotten Tomatoes says, is like it's the disappointment is the fact that the movie was made. That's basically what that's basically the joke. I guess some of the reviewers are giving it. All right, next up, yeah, there's another one we don't know. I don't know. Homecoming came out 2009.
Again, no, and
No.
again, a lot of times I don't know if like you, but when I'm looking for a horror movie to watch, a lot of times I will check the reviews, especially because again, there's so many to watch, there's so many to catch up on and things of that nature. And I'll
Mhm.
see if the reviews are good. Then I also look to see if there's any mainstream actors or actresses in it to see if
Yeah.
that makes it worth watching and to see how they carry it or
Mhm.
whatever. Um, this one's got I just looked it up. It's got Miss Barton in it, but I don't know this one.
Yeah.
I don't know what makes it scary. It says she's got a jealous woman
Pretty
gets
much.
revenge on her former beau, but that doesn't sound like a horror movie. That sounds like a made for TV Lifetime movie.
Yeah, but remember serial killer thing kind of gets stooped up with the horror. So yeah, Rotten Tomatoes is
That's
doing some interesting stuff. I'm actually going to just try to find some that we may or may have not seen. Like for example,
I
since I
think
know
I
you.
just found your list, and I'm
Yeah.
going through all these, and I don't know any of these.
Oh, you found the list
Probably a
on Rotten
reason.
Tomatoes? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I think I found the list that you're speaking of.
yeah. Uh
I did see the Haunting of Molly Hartley. I
oh,
didn't like
really?
that
You
either.
saw that one? Good.
All those haunting movies, yeah. All those, no, I didn't like it.
You
I
didn't like
love
it?
haunting movies, but that one, yeah, wasn't very good at all.
I feel you. I feel you. When I was in my teens,
It was slow.
I saw Fear.com. I thought that was bad. And that was me in my teens, like when I was first starting my journey of like horror movies. Like I watched this like, this is lame. Like it's
that's right up there with that. What's that other one? Not what is it? I just watched it the other day.
are you thinking Ghost
Man,
Ship?
it was so slow. Oh my god, what was the name of that show? It's one of those. Oh my god, what's the name of it? God, keep going. I'll think of it in a minute. It'll
How
hit
about
me.
that? Was it Ghost Ship?
No, it's a movie where everybody's on the internet. Oh, dark web,
Dark Web.
dark web, or dark web, unfriended,
Unfriended. Ah,
unfriended. Yes, unfriended one and unfriended two are so slow.
yep.
Oh my gosh,
I
fast forward it. It's okay.
I
I know they want to
understand.
try to build the tension in it, but oh
Yep.
my gosh, those movies are terrible.
So yeah, we're definitely bouncing around, but yeah, like pretty much, I thought you were thinking Ghost Ship because I think Ghost Ship has similar vibes and also had the similar like, why did I watch this kind of feel? It's like
Yeah,
like the beginning scene, the beginning scene it was like very interesting, but other than that, it's like why I don't want to continue. I don't want to continue. Oh, this is one I've seen. just because I like Ashley Green. The Apparition. Have you seen it?
No, no apparition.
I think I've seen it. I do want to say it was like okay, but like literally okays and like that is all I can say about it. Like I don't remember anything unique about it besides I had those two actors and one actor and the one actress in there, you know. It deals something
Right.
with evil spirits, but that is about it. That's what sticks with me. That's probably another reason. That's probably another thing that'll make horror movies bad, everybody, is that when you watch it and there's no particular reason or no particular thing that sticks out as to why that movie was good or what made that movie special. Like,
Or what made it bad? You know, if
yeah,
that really makes it. You said, you know, you watched the movie and you know it's bad, just like Unfriended. I couldn't even think of the name of it. That's the reason to know. Hey, that's a bad movie. Can't even think of the name of it. That's bad.
all right, keep them going
Hey,
on.
now they
Keep
got
on
one
in
on
this
this
one.
list I really like, though. I told
Oh
you
no.
this list is
Well, I mean, not
long,
oh no,
man.
but I knew it was coming. Pretty much House of the Dead came out in 2003. Have you seen it?
No, no House of the Dead. I think
I,
I've seen it, but I don't
I've
remember it
seen
for
it,
sure.
and it was like, yeah, it was bad. They definitely tried to go with the, I guess, game,
That's
yeah, video game to movie because it was really a video game before it was a movie, and it was a very fun video game, but it was like definitely an arcade video game, like old school shooter game. I think it was like the first ones before the new ones came out. But yeah, the movie was just like you can tell they tried. They even had like they had like the camera or they had like for instance the actors be on this platform, I remember, and the camera would just spin around real fast, circling the actor or actress. And you just see them trying to do action shots. I was like, okay, that's like the only unique thing, but literally that's the only unique thing. Like there's nothing really memorable about the movie. Like the zombies wasn't even like crazy kind of zombies. Like there was, yeah, they were fast, they were mobile, but that was about it. Like nothing special about them. Like it was.
you know what I see. You know what I see about this movie
Hmm.
is it stars Clint Howard, who is Ron Howard's brother. And if you've watched any Clint Howard movies, they're all bad. All bad. He's a terrible actor. He's nowhere near like Ron Howard is, of
So I
course,
should
as
have
far
seen
as
the
acting,
sign.
directing. Yeah,
I,
this
sh-
guy's terrible.
I should have seen the sign. I got you. I got you.
That was
All
a
right.
definite sign for sure.
13. I think this is the one I think you were talking about. Is it Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey? Is that?
Yes, what are they talking about? That was so ingenious. I mean, to think of a movie that you can make a horror character out of a childhood lovable character, man, I thought it was great. It's gory. It's maybe not scary, but I thought it was I thought it was ingenious myself. I thought it was very smart. In other words.
So
So yes, I
creative.
like Winnie the Pooh,
So
and
we're
there's a
giving
new Winnie the Pooh
creativity
out too.
points. So we're giving creativity points.
Creativity points.
But yeah. Uh and it's on like number 13 on this list. So it's like it's low, but it's not like too low. But yeah. Like yeah, I think I scanned it before and I do know some familiar ones that's just like, oh, that made it on the list. How about that? But yeah. All right.
Common Sense movies.
I don't know if you've seen the new Darkness that 2016 had Kevin Bacon in it. No.
I saw on the list, but I haven't seen it.
I saw trailers for it too. It didn't really catch me with anything. Keep going down. Let's see. Flatliners. Have you seen that one? We'll just say,
Yes, that is not good at all. I think Kevin Bacon's in that too, ain't he? I don't know. It's not
oh,
very
you talking about
good.
the
It's a
old one?
terrible
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, the old one. Yeah,
Yeah, the old one.
but like apparently the new one. That's the one that's on this list. Like the
Oh, that's the one that's on the list is the new one. Yeah, I would assume it would be bad because I didn't like the original one, so I wouldn't watch the new one.
nah, I feel you. I'm about the same with it. Ooh, yeah, this is one that I. This is one that also. This is one of the movies that pretty much get me worried about certain remakes. This is the 2005 remake of The Fog, and I will say I didn't like it as much. I didn't like it. I barely liked it at all. Like it was
Right. You can
like
see
yeah.
they put in a bunch of name actresses and actors in there to try to make the movie good, and it might have even been released to the theaters. I don't know with those names in it from 2005. But yeah, that
Yeah,
It's
that was
hard to make remakes and make them any good.
when I saw that one. That was the one really that really got me worried about, like, oh no, when they remake stuff, they might make it bad, because I haven't seen the original Fog, but I heard the original Fog was awesome for one reason and one reason only. It wasn't Ghost. It was like kind of a from what a friend of mine told me, because I still got to see it. It had a zombie feel to it, but they brought the fog, and pretty much apparently is one scene where, like, when, spoiler alert, by the way, but it's pretty much one. He said that there's one scene in the movie or near the movie to where, like, you see in the fog they're taking the people, but near the end of the movie or a certain section of the movie they're actually eating the people. So it's like zombies that bring in fog. Like, I think that was a good idea for the first
That's
one. That's the unique one.
weird.
But whatever this
Yeah.
one is, this 2005 one, yeah, it was bad. I saw it. It was bad. It was bad. Okay, I don't know. Haven't seen Soul Survivors. I think I saw glimpses of this one. Six Souls. How about you?
Nope. That's
No.
South America.
Yeah, I saw glimpses of it. I
That's,
think it was interesting, but it's slipped my mind because, like, it's not really sticking with me. There,
man, the rest of those movies on that list, I don't think I've seen any of them. I think I watched Ouija board, Ouija
Ouija.
movie.
Yeah,
Ouija was
Ouija.
no good.
What'd you think
Ouija
about
was
Ouija?
terrible.
Yeah, you say you didn't like it.
I did not like Ouija.
Yeah,
Yeah, I did not like it
same.
at all.
Like I said, it was like I remember
Very
watching it.
slow, very not scary.
It was so so. It was so so. I mean, granted, I'm just looking at the fact of, like, y'all messing with a Ouija board. See, y'all, that's where you messed up the first time. Y'all messing with Ouija boards. Me being a spiritual open person, and I know it's like, no, don't mess with Ouija boards. And just talking with other people, just like, yeah, when you do this, make sure you have, like, this going on. And when they tell me, it's like, oh, I need, like, a list of things going on before I mess with a Ouija board. Yeah, that's a definite no. Then I'm not messing with that. When,
Um, I know we got more we're going to call out, but I was just looking on because again, just me trying to be too wordy,
yep,
so I read it.
no, do it, do it.
But the key points about bad movies are, first of all, we talked about already, poor acting. I mean, even if it's a horror movie, they still need to have a little bit of decent acting to give you the scares, to give you that feeling that they're scared. So poor acting can make a bad man. Directing, of course, is also leads into that. Uninteresting plots or premise to the movie. You know, if it's got to have a decent plot, it's got
Mhm.
to make sense to a certain extent. So if the plots are weak, that's going to make me not like it. And then, of course, the main thing to me is terrible special effects. If you're going to have, I think the word they used here was cringy special effects.
Yep,
Yes, if you're going to be cringy, that makes the movie bad to me for sure.
indeed, indeed. I agree with that. And I'm actually looking at one that's like, I don't know. I think I might have, like, this might be one of the first, I guess, movies in a way that I want to say, like, it wasn't like extremely good, but I wouldn't classify it as bad. It's like, this is my first one I might have to defend, and it's like the what year it came out of, 2002 movie Darkness, and it
I don't
starred
think.
Anna Paquin. And I remember watching this movie, and I actually kind of liked it. Like I said, so I'm lightly biased, but I can see where it could be a bad movie. But this is probably the one for me that where it's just like, oh no, I might need to like defend this, because, like, I can see what people are talking about, but I thought it was good. I thought it had.
So you put up against Winnie the Pooh any of the time.
It's yeah. It pretty much, if Winnie the Pooh's yours, this one, Darkness is mine. Darkness is mine. This is
Another Kevin Bacon movie. How many of these is he in?
no. This should be. This was not Kevin Bacon. What are you talking about?
It says this on the darkness. Yes, it's Kevin Bacon.
Not the dark. It's just put
Yeah,
darkness.
I'm
Not
watching.
the
I'm looking at
darkness.
it now.
Not the
Yeah,
darkness.
not the dark. Oh, not the
Yeah,
darkness.
put darkness.
Okay,
Put
just
2002
darkness. Got
darkness.
you.
What do you mean?
Well,
But yeah,
the darkness is on the list.
yeah, the
Which that
darkness.
movie is bad. Kevin Bacon's not very scary. Not very scary.
I mean, Kevin Bacon's an awesome actor, but yeah, I think his length of scariness, or his length of being scared, is pretty much him playing Tremors. And Tremors is a creature
Stick with
classic.
Tremors.
That's a creature classic. Like, if you're interested in creature horror films,
But
definitely check that out.
Tremors 2 was terrible. Don't watch Tremors 2.
Tremors 2 is
Gosh,
terrible.
gosh.
Speaking of
Those are two
sequels that
hard.
might have made a movie terrible, or might have made the movie terrible, I just came across one: Return of the Living Dead Part Two.
Yep. Never should have
Now,
been made.
now I remember this one lightly as pretty much a teen or a kid. I think mostly a teen. And I remember seeing bits
Very,
and
very
pieces of
limited.
it, and yeah, it had some lame facts to it. It really did. It had some lame facts to it.
Very lame. Very
But
lame.
I will say I really liked the first one of this, Return of the Living Dead, only because it was only because like one, it was slightly jokey, but the pretty much how the zombies came to be and how the zombies are is still like one of the most scary, when you think about one of the most scariest ways a zombie movie can be, which is in folks in this zombie movie, in the first Return of the Living Dead zombies, the only way they could die is if you burn them. Like the only way in that movie. Like I haven't seen this. Like pretty much, I remember the second one. I don't watch the second one. Watch the first one. Return of the Living Dead. Watch the first one. But
Right.
pretty much, yeah, the first one, I don't know who came up with that premise, but that's probably like the scariest version of a zombie, I think, that no one doesn't want to talk about, which is like an unkillable zombie. Like it has to be,
Unkillable zombie.
yeah,
Right.
it has to be either burnt to fire or thrown, or have acid thrown on it. But if you chop it up, it's
Right.
still coming after you. You plug its
Don't
eyes
come
out,
back.
it's still coming after you. Like you do all that,
Right.
and it's still coming at you. It's one of those. So I give credit to the first one. The second one, yeah, it was lame. It was lame. Like I think this is how lame the second one was. I think I remember wait. This also adds electricity, I guess. They can die by electricity, but it has to be like super amounts of electricity. And the only reason why I say this is because the second one they had a scene to where electricity happened, and there was some undead guy who looked like Michael Jackson and from Thriller, and it's just like,
Oh Lord.
like that's two negative points. Y'all made that. Like that was just me, but I was like, oh, that's bad. All right, we got a
That's
possession.
bad.
We got a possession movie right here. Came out in 2012. The Devil Inside. Have you seen it?
I like that one. I didn't think it was that bad when I watched it. Again, I don't I do remember it being cheaply made, but something about it sticks to me because I remember the name of the movie. So I don't know. I'm trying to read about it, but I don't know. I didn't think it was that bad. I don't think.
I'm trying to remember if I've
I remember it
seen it.
correctly.
If I went to see it
It's
in
been a
theaters or
while.
not. I don't know. It's been a while for me. I'm trying to remember if I've seen it in theaters or not. All right, next up, that got on the list. White Noise came out in 2005.
Yeah, I've seen that, but it's been a long time. I didn't think it was that good. I think Michael Keaton's in that one.
Yep,
I didn't like it.
I've
Again,
been.
just very slow.
I'm about similar.
A TV with fuzz on it's not going to scare me.
Yep. The
So,
only the only thing that I agreed with in that movie is that pretty much when you mess with certain forces, they mess with your back. There was like some quote in there, and I was like, nope, I
right.
agree with that. That's why I don't mess with certain forces. I don't mess with certain things like the Ouija boards. I don't mess with certain Ouija
No
boards.
Ouija boards.
I don't want that to happen.
No Ouija boards.
Yep.
Nope.
Okay. Never seen that movie. Dreamhouse, no. Oh no. In number 29, Edge, they have I still know what you did last summer as one of the worst
Right. The
horror movies.
remake, not the remake, but part two of
Part two.
I Know What You Did Last Summer. And obviously, again, they're just trying to build the first one. I didn't like the first one was kind of good because it was campy. It had that teenagery
Yeah.
feel to
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
gave it a high school feel to it.
Yeah.
Had a different type killer you hadn't met before. The guy with the hook. So
Mhm.
I liked the first one. I just believe they should have stopped at one because the second one was a lot like the first one.
I
So it
mean,
was
yeah,
like,
it was a lot like the first one. It was definitely jokey for sure. I mean, I kinda dug it a little bit. I say kinda only because like one, I remember some of the scenes, and two, audience,
uh,
I'm gonna be honest, Jennifer Love Hewitt, it's kind of hard not to love anything she's in. I'm sorry. Like
that's right.
it's kind of
I
hard.
watched those first two at least anyway.
Yes.
She was in a couple more, wasn't she? I don't know. There's been a
Yeah.
couple of those.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think thriller slash horror movie wise, I think yeah, I still I Know What You Did Last Summer. That's what started her in like her career. Like, yeah, actually, yeah. The
Right.
first one, that's what started her in her career, y'all. Like the first I Know What You Did Last Summer, that's what started Jennifer Love Hewitt's career, you know. Don't let anybody tell you that horror doesn't start careers. It started her in that career. Now she's big and doing crazy things.
Right.
Ooh, there's another one I'm biased about only because like I bought it and I can see that it's bad, but at the same time I have nostalgia feels to it. The Forsaken, have you seen it?
Sounds familiar.
Came out in
I
2001.
skipped. No, I have not seen that one.
You're good.
I skipped right over.
I
That's a vampire movie, isn't it?
Yep. I dig it because yep, it is a vampire movie. It is a different take on the vampire. There are no fangs,
Right.
but they're still like severe allergic to sunlight. There's still the inhuman strength, and I liked this one because like one nostalgia hit, but two is just like I want to say it's a modern version of of vampires. Granted, if you want to look at to me, if you still want to look at I guess the best modern version I guess of a vampire movie, I still think Lost Boys got it. Like Lost Boys,
Right. Right.
it's hard to top
That's
Lost Boys. It's hard. Like
right. Very
Lost,
visual. Very good
yeah,
visual
it's like
movie.
Lost Boys for modern, and then second place, but only like a little bit because I just really love it that much. Is the first original Fright Night only because even though it's like made in the 70s, that could definitely be like how a vampire would cover his tracks. He'd be like, "Oh, I'm just buying this property. Nothing crazy is going on here." It's that kind of stuff,
Right.
like that kind
Original
of thing.
Fright Night was good.
But yeah, I'm kind
Don't
of
watch Fright Night Part Two. It was terrible.
yep. I'm kind of like a little bit sticking there to like Forsaken. And yes, in 31, rank 31 is the movie that scared me as a teen, but now when I watch it and hear it, I laugh at it and I completely
Laugh at it.
understand why it is a horrible movie, and it is American Werewolf in Paris. Yes, that is
Right.
yes.
That was awful.
Because the visual effects, the story, it was it was off a little bit and it was like slightly goofy. They tried to go for the goofy part a little bit at times, but yes, I completely understand. Granted, it's still like a nostalgia hit slash, oh, I put this on the TV while I do stuff, that kind of thing. But it's like I said, that's for me, y'all. But I definitely know it is a bad horror movie.
Yeah, that's very. Yeah, that's not good.
I
Not good.
definitely know. I definitely know. All right. Have you seen Premonition with Sandra Bullock?
Yeah, I don't remember a whole lot about it, so I was trying to read if I could see if it could catch any memories of the
Yep.
movie, but no,
There you go,
I
folks.
don't think it was very good.
That's how bad it is. Like I didn't even watch it myself. I did, however, watch the next one, and I can concur. This one's kind of bad. The 2007 The Reaping.
Creepy. Yeah, was that even a horror movie? I know they put it out as horror, but
It
man, that was so
it
so slow.
yeah, it was very slow. I want to say it has a horror movie feel to it because like how the I guess end of the world and spooky things happen in it, but like nothing really scary. Like I didn't even know Idris Alba was in it. That's how much I remember about the movie. Like I remember David Morrissey, he was in there, and of course I remember Hilary Swank was in there, and then
She
that
was lead actress, and Hilary Swank's a top-notch actress, and to
yeah
have her,
yeah
leading a horror movie like that, it was bad.
hmm
It's
hmm
kind of scary.
it was bad.
I bet it's one
It
of those
was,
movies you wish you wouldn't have done.
yeah, I can concur. I remember parts of it. It was bad. It was bad. It was bad. All right, we're kind of getting close to our 30-minute change. Just letting you know. Have you saw the rings?
The original, but not the one they're listed here.
Gotcha. I
I didn't
can.
like the original, actually. To be honest with you, I didn't put it on top. I wouldn't put it in my top 100. The original.
I understand.
The lady calling on the TV was kind of a cool
Probably the
scene.
Ringu from yeah, the original. That's probably the one on the list.
Right.
And I'm about to stop maybe right here because it's about to be right at that time, but at the same time, it's also stopped on Bloomhouse Fantasy Island. I ain't gonna lie to you. I saw the trailer and I was not interested. That's how bad it was for me, y'all. That's I saw a trailer and I was like, nah, that looks lame. That looks lame. That looks lame.
No
But yeah,
doubt about that.
let's see. I'm just gonna scan through right quick. I won't say like we'll give an additional 1 to 2 minutes because we did talk a lot on this. This is very good. Slender Man, have you seen it?
Yeah, I like Slender Man. I thought it was kind of good. Yeah, again, it's not great by any stretch of imagination, but again, it's building off children's fears.
Yep.
And one of those was something my son was always scared of, because of the way that portrayed it on the internet for such a long
Yep.
time.
Yep.
So I like the movie, and it could have been done so much better, though.
Hmm.
It really
Hmm.
could have. They could have used it more, more psychologically than trying to actually make the actual Slender Man the terrifying person. When really and honestly, it's more about the the diabolical mindset to it. So
Yep. Yep. I think that's what I remember hearing about too. I remember hearing about it through the YouTube thing because I had friends that actually watch it, and I'm not gonna lie, like if if the movie copied it from the YouTube thing, I was like, that already kind of worried me because I was like, man, I'm kind of bored of this already. Like, I think it was a whole series on YouTube, and I think maybe 2 episodes was just like, huh, that's interesting, or like, oh, that was crazy. But everything else is just like, am I just watching somebody just walk around with a camera and that's about it? Like, what's going on here?
pretty much. Yeah, I
Yep.
was going through this list. We should make this a set. I mentioned this at the beginning. I don't know if it was recording at the time, but
Mhm.
for those out there that want to, we need to make a podcast talking about, because again, they're all bad. Um, what are the worst parts of sequels, and what's the worst sequel? Because I just ran across this one. Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, and I was trying to think about all the Jason movies. That one and the one where he was in space. I don't know which one of those is worse, but I would definitely put them in the same category. They were both terrible, and especially the one that takes Manhattan. Oh my gosh, it was terrible. But yeah, when we go, like, we can look at that because we can look at all the saws and pick the worst saw. We can look
Mhm.
at all the screams and pick the worst scream, and obviously we would know on Halloween. Yeah, what won't even include Halloween 3, between Halloween 1, 2, and then 4 through, was it through the last one through Halloween 20 or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Um,
thought it'd be Halloween.
yeah, we could pick out worst of all the sequels, because there's a bunch of them out there, and they're all bad. There's very few sequels that live up to the first movie, other than Halloween 2.
Yeah, it's hard to
There's a few
beat,
that
especially the
make
Rob
the
Zombie
most.
version. Like, yeah, it's hard to beat those.
Right.
Hard to beat those. But yeah, we should end it right there. Like, yes, if y'all please like, share, subscribe. It's funny. I was about to say like we're waiting on a comment, but I actually think uh a client that I'm working with that's been looking at my YouTube channel has commented on one of our videos. So
Oh wow, good.
like yeah,
I
he
haven't seen it.
yeah,
Good
during
deal.
yeah, I'll take it I'll take a picture of it and show it to you. But like yeah, like he even during our session because I'm teaching him, I'm doing one half training him for a marathon, but the other half I'm training him to like teaching him some like self defense moves and stuff. Um,
Good.
like yeah, like French, he even like commented during our sessions, like yeah, like I've been watching all the episodes y'all been posting up, and like yeah, I find it interesting. Like I'm thinking I want to try to get into horror. I'm just like yes,
There you go. Yes, we have a new one. We have a new person for the list that can talk with us about
indeed,
these
indeed,
horror movies. So it's cool.
indeed, indeed, Star Wars the one so far. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and pretty much
I just saw somebody IMDb listed Cell. I actually like Cell.
what.
You like Cell? I like
I
Cell.
love no, I love Cell. That's why I said what. Like it.
Yeah, yeah. It's number 4 on its worst movie
Oh
list.
my
I
god,
actually like that.
you don't know
Yeah,
what
Samuel
you,
Jackson, John
you know
Cusack, very
you,
good movie.
you don't know what you're talking about. That Cell was
These
just a
people.
good yeah. Cell was an awesome horror movie. But we're gonna stop it right there, folks.
Yep, that's it.
So
Can't keep
we'll
going.
go ahead.
Yep, I could go on these all day.
Oh no,
Jason
can't
X was the
can't
one where he's in space. Don't watch it.
yeah,
Jason
don't
X.
watch it. I guess we'll talk about our next subject in between. But until that time, folks, I'm your host Quan. This Edge. Dip it out. Do
Like, share, subscribe. Be listening for you later.
make sure to subscribe.